What's up, folks? I'm in Target parking lot. Was trying to get a glucose meter, glucometer. Anyways, they don't have any at Target. What kind of bullshit is that? Came all the way to Target just for that. I got some Q-tips. But I put off my morning coffee so I could come to Target and get a goddamn glucose meter. And they don't have any. I was ready to check my fasting blood sugar. Pero no. And I was gonna start testing out certain foods. Like today's gluten-free cookie day, and I was gonna see how my blood sugar reacted to gluten-free cookies. Gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. But I guess I'll wait. Diabetes is pretty common in my family. Though neither of my parents have it. Both of theirs did, I think. Both of theirs parents did. Maybe my mom's dad didn't have diabetes. But yeah, a lot of other family members have it, and I'm very prone to it. So I don't want to talk about why I'm getting the, who gave me the idea to get the glucose meter yet, because I'm gonna do a whole video on the book that I read or listened to. I'm just not done yet. So I'll talk about all that later. What else? What else is going on? Fishing and bowler. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't even make a video today. I don't have really a lot to talk about. I do kind of want to talk about, well, that could be a whole video itself. Oh, so yesterday I went to the used bookstore. There's one here in town that I like. There's a few, but there's one here in town I like. The Bookworm. It's away from all the fancy stuff. It's by itself. It's packed. Like books are on the floor. But they're real picky about their buying books. So I think I went in there with 7 books. And they bought 2 of them. One was Don Miguel Ruiz's book. I don't know. I forgot the name of it, and I always wanted to look back and see what it was, but I sold it. Or traded it in. The other, dun dun dun, dun dun dun. Yeah, that was my book. I took one of the copies of my book in there to see if they would buy it. It was kind of this thing I always wanted to do, and I wanted to do it at Bookman's in Tucson, but I never did. So I did it here. And the 2 books they bought, one of them was mine. Granted, they probably gave me like $3 for it, and they're $9.99 on Amazon.com. Alright. But it's still kind of a cool thing that they looked at my book, flipped through it, and like, oh, this looks good. We'll buy it. So that was kind of cool. I told the cashier, I'm like, oh my God, you know what? This is actually my book. This is my book. She's like you're the author? And I'm like, yeah. Say, cool, then you have to sign it. I don't know why that's a big deal. People like signed books. But I signed it. One of these days, I'll be like all those other authors, and I'll like pop in at a bookstore and see my book there, and we'll sign a bunch of copies, and then we'll post it on social media. If you're in Dallas, Fort Worth, the bookstore, the airport, I signed a bunch of copies. You know what I do want to talk about? One of these authors I am referring to, that's all I'm going to say. I'll try not to even mention gender. One of these authors is a very active person in the paleo community. This person wrote a couple of books, bestsellers, and they were good. I actually owned it at one time, and well, I bought one of them, but this person told me to, hell yeah, got this good spot. Don't start. Don't start. Lay down, dummy. Shit. So this person wrote a very, 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 very popular and quite good book. And I follow this person on Instagram, and this person was doing very well. Well dressed, took well care of themselves, was quite attractive, had a nice car, but would get upset. And the podcast that they hosted, I couldn't listen to it because this person would not seem like an annoying, whiny baby. This person created another podcast, and I listened to it for a while, and there would be rants. This person would say, okay, you guys, I'm going to just get something off my chest. And the rant was about comments left on their Facebook page or whatever. My point is that the person, although very successful as an author, nonfiction author, very successful at selling a shit ton of books and obviously making a shit ton of money, this person wasn't happy. And what made me think of this was that we were in contact with each other on Twitter at one point. Not anymore. Because I tried to get away from so much negativity came from this person that I had to get away from it. Like, I don't want to see these all like I'm butthurt tweets and posts and Instagram pictures. It wasn't worth it. It was quite annoying. So, but before I got to that point, we were tweeting back and forth, and I mentioned how great this person's book was, and like I hope mine can be as good, but it's not gonna be anywhere near as good. Talking about this one, right? I go, it's gonna be really thin, I don't know. And the advice she gave me was, whatever you do, don't write for yourself. Write for your audience. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's accurate. She said, don't write for you. I think that's bad advice. I think you should definitely write for you. I think you should definitely do your art for you. Do what you like for you. Because nobody can take that away. If you do something for other people and they don't like it, then what? Right? They don't appreciate it, then what? I'm gonna beat this dog. It's better. Then what are you gonna do, right? So my point is that, yeah, she sold millions of copies. Yeah, he or she sold millions of copies of their book, but this person was not happy. And I don't know what the status of this person is now because I do not follow him or her on social media at all. But I don't know. I think it's bad advice. And I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. Because what if people do leave you bad comments? What if you don't sell any? If you did it for yourself, who cares? If you did it for the pure pleasure of doing it, who cares? Anyways, I don't know about this video, but it is what it is. I can't believe I said that. I hate that term. Anyways, peace out, people.